K6S, WA6AJ, 0 beat my frequency. You turn on some power.
Got it on. I'm pointing towards the Ralph.
You're still not very strong.
Hey, you aren't either.
Well, send your amplifier back.
It's on. Full smoke. Yeah, well. Your tower must have fell over.
That's the way it goes, man.
Where you pointed?
What are you talking about?
Where is your antenna pointed?
Ralph? You can't hear me, huh?
Yeah, you're F2. Your two red bars above the 9, but usually you're a lot stronger than that.
Well, I don't think, well, you're not pointed at me.
Pointed at Ralph.
That's right. You're pointed away from me.
Where you pointed? When you pointed at Ralph, you're usually a lot stronger.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. It's as strong as I can be. Everything's working. I keep telling you, Bill, I'm pointed at Ralph. Oh, you're 20 over.
Probably about what you are.
Well, what are you telling me? I'm 2 bars above 9. What? I don't get it.
Well, it's not as strong as you usually are, but I might be on some kind of a null. I want to be able to turn the antenna a couple degrees one way or the other and come up like crazy. I don't know.
K6 Mike Italy.
Oh, John, K6MI, WA6AJ.
Hey, Mike. Hi, Bill. Well, we're having fun.
Well, you're about 20 over 2 here.
I can't even hear it.
No, I don't hear Bill anymore. I gotta switch the beam around.
Well, Bill, try pointing at John a little more.
Just beginning. Give me a transmission.
Keep talking, John. Antenna's coming around. This is towards the east. Maybe that'll be better.
Yeah. We're good now. Gotcha. K6MI 711.
Yeah, real fine, John. You're strong. I pointed my antenna due east. You're loud and clear. You're as strong as Mike is. K6MI, A6S, over.
Oh, yeah, very loud. I'm southeast. Probably for Mike, I have to go back a few degrees.
Well, like I say, I'm pointed, bouncing off the rocks like a radar.
Yeah, maybe I'll try that too.
Works better. That's what we used to do. Just point it due east and it scatters off the rocks and everybody can hear you.
All right. Do you hear me, Mike?
Yeah, you're about 30 over. I'm pointing at the rocks now.
Okay, I am too.
A Morro rock is a good reflector.
I was working on the ICOM 905 today, the one that does 2, 430, 1.2, 2.4, and 5.7, and 10 gigs.
Well, I hope you can hear somebody.
Yeah, right. Well, I can talk to myself, I guess.
probably on that high frequency is what you'll be doing.
Right. Well, Aaron just got one too, so I'll have one person to talk to. Pat has the stuff. If he can ever use it again, that'd be another person. I actually have two separate setups. I can talk to my wife.
That's good. You get yourself a couple of contacts.
I sure missed you in the contest last weekend, Bill, and Mike.
I worked a few stations.
Well, I was on a lot, but not on Saturday night because I had Philharmonic, so I was on the other times.
How's Pat doing, John?
Well, I think he's recovering. I heard him on the air today. I don't know what the official status is, but he's back home and kind of rousting about.
Okay, I didn't know. I was just asking in general. I didn't know if, he was in the hospital for something?
Well, another operation on his ear, getting rid of little cancer spot.
Okay, yeah, that's a thing that happens, definitely.
Happens with age.
Yeah, it already happened to me.
There's a lot of things that happen with age.
Yeah, getting old.
Well, yeah, I missed you guys in the contest. Doggone it. There were so few people out there. Every contact was like gold. We got to try and make a better effort next time.
Like I've told you in the past, you got my phone number. Call me and I can give you mine and my wife's call.
I wish I'd done that. Doggone it. Okay. I will keep that in mind because that would have made a difference. Every little bit makes a difference.
Were you on during the day, John?
Yeah, I was on during the day. I had Philharmonic at night.
Well, I hate to admit this because Bill doesn't understand, but sometimes I get wrapped up in football.
You get a real kick out of it?
10-4, rubber deck.
All right. Well, it's all for fun. I hooked up the ICOM 905 on a tripod, put some little dummy load antennas on it. Not quite sure it's working just right yet, but we shall see.
Is it hard to set up the radio itself? Over.
No, it wasn't really hard at all. I made a couple that I had to correct, and I'm not quite sure it's working just right. So it's a product. It's a project under development.
Okay, I got you. Heard a whistle.
Yes, you did. WA6AAJ, K6MI, K6MYC.
And the A6S is in here too.
AJ 727.
711.
800.
1079 and Bozo 1100. K6USY.
KC5 DTU, Bozo 712.
There's the troublemaker.
Okay, there you go. The troublemakers here. Watch out. KC5 DTU going backwards. Let's see here. A6S. Good evening, Bill. Good evening, Carrie. Good evening, Mike. AWA6AAJ, K6MI, 1100, and Brittany and Aaron, the co-host here. Oh boy, I'm smelling a little skunk in here. I wonder if I got a skunk in my room with me. He may be sacked out somewhere here. Whew, that was interesting. I was outside and there weren't any skunks outside my room. Somebody must have came in here last night and scared a skunk. Thought I had this door closed. Anyway, it's nice living out here in the country. This is real world here.
Tell me about it. My daughter keeps fighting possums eating the cat food.
Well, yeah, I was when I was out here. What was it? I guess it was Saturday night. I came out, and I had left the light on out here so I could see. And I walked in. I walked up, and I saw a little baby skunk. He's a baby, not a baby, but he's a young fella. And he was eating, and he quickly scampered into my machine shop here, which about 4 feet away from where I was standing. And he looked at me, and he was waggling his tail back and forth. I said, "It's okay, buddy, you can eat. I'm not going to keep you from eating." And in the meantime, I startled him, so he had a little poopsie out there of skunk smell. Hey, oops, didn't mean to do that, sir. I'm sorry. You scared me. Anyway. All right, let's see. Who else do we have? We're missing nobody almost. Carrie, let's see. Everybody's, I think, on a pretty good mood here. I don't think we have anybody that's terribly down in the dumps here. Where am I pointed? I'm pointed toward the Bay Area. We may have a few. Not pointed toward the Bay Area. Where am I pointed here?
Well, you got a strong signal this way, but anyhow, hello, Mike, hello, Bill, and hello, Aaron, and whoever I forgot. And thanks for that label there, KC5 DTU.
No problem, Gary. I was just kidding anyway. How's it going?
Going good, doing good, Mike.
I hear you, Russ.
Anyhow, how you doing up there?
Pretty good. You're about 40 over, so I'm pointed to the east, trying to listen. I can't hear Aaron, though, I don't think.
Yeah, Roger. Okay, good to hear you in there. Good to hear Bill. And I don't think, well, maybe I did, but anyhow, belated Happy New Year there, guys.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you there, AA6S at this end there. And I had my visit at the VA today, and they got me a new set of hearing aids, and I got the gal to pull the mid-range down. It was tearing my head up, so they're working pretty good now, I think. KC5 DTU, back to you there, AA6S.
Roger, Bill. Good. I should say, can you hear me now? But good to hear you in there, and good to, well, it's a good year, KC5 DTU, and back to you there, Net Control.
Okay, this is Net Control, KA6MYC, and I did pick up Russ, K6 Kilo Lima Yankee 111 up there in the Bay Area. How are you doing, Russ?
Yeah, doing just fine. Let you know I had 162 Qs in the contest and 10,500 points, and we'll see how it goes. And who else is competing? But anyway, I had a lot of fun. I hope everything's okay down there, and good evening to everybody. Good evening to Judy, K6KLY.
Yeah, Roger. Well, I left Judy in the house tonight. It's a short net out here, and it's a little chilly, so she had some dishes to do and some other things, and Matt hasn't come home yet for dinner, so she was going to stay there till he got in anyway. But so I'm holding the fort here on my own, but we'll make it through. Everything else is fine, and we had a pretty good contest. We had pretty even numbers all the way through on every band. I was just a little short of grids on 222. I think I only had 5 grids on 222, but otherwise everything was fine. Anyway, good to hear you. We've got quite a crew down here. I don't know who you're hearing and who you're not. We have Alpha 6 Sugar with a big signal up your way if he points at you. We have WA6AAJ Mike with a good signal and the same power as Bill has and antennas. So he's got good power going your way if they point toward the Bay Area. And then we have some smaller stations in here. K6USY, our fearless streamer, is here. And his wife, Brittany, in the background. And we've got Kerry down there in South Clovis. You probably don't hear Kerry with his 10 watts, but God, you're loud here tonight, Kerry. You're just crushing me. You're louder than Bill is up here, for heaven's sakes. I don't know what you did. I didn't know you got a kilowatt tacked on the end of that thing, Kerry. Anyway, I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody. Who else do we have in here in the Silicon in the San Joaquin Valley? Over.
ITM.
Oh yeah, and we got John, 711. So you can work all those folks, I think, except for Kerry and maybe one other. Who was the other one beside John? Who was that?
86SOK. Good evening, Mark.
Oh, okay. Well, you're up in the Bay Area, though, Fred. KD6SOK. Good evening. I'm not quite pointed at you, but we'll get up that way in just a second, Fred. I'd like to see if we can catch KW6 Sugar in here, but let's see if anybody's copying Russ. Russ, where are you pointed?
Yeah, I'm pointed at you down towards Fresno, over.
Okay, who wants to say hello to Russ? K6 Kilo Lima Yankee, number 111.
K6 Kilo Lima Yankee, this is WA6AAJ, Delta Mike 06. Good strong signal, over.
Okay, I hear the Delta Mike 06, the WA6 something, again your call, over.
Whiskey Alpha 6, Alpha Juliet, over.
WA6 Alpha Juliet, yeah, you're 5 and 9 and CM87, over.
Roger, 5 by 9. Yeah, you're about 10 over right now. Good signal.
I don't thank you. Go ahead, Mike.
K6KLY, K6 Mike Italy, very loud tonight.
Yeah, you're burning up my S-meter, 59 plus, over.
Wow. Had fun in the contest. Didn't do too well, but did enjoy it.
Roger, you're in the log.
Hey, John, did you add an amplifier? I think you picked up an amp somewhere, didn't you?
Secret weapon here.
Yeah, you pick up Joe's amplifier down there, didn't you?
Oh, no, I didn't. That was just too much of a project for me. And what band are we on? We're on 1.2. I've got the 150 watt here.
Okay, well, it's doing really good. You're sounding good up this way, so there you go. Anybody else for Russ before we see if we can pick up KW6S? And then we also have Fred and Cupertino hanging in there. Hang in, Fred. Anybody else down here? Okay.
M6SR, number 432, over.
Here's 432. Are you copying Russ up there in the Bay Area, Rob?
I'm not pointed that way just yet. I'll move it over and see. Just turned it on.
All righty, very good. KM6SRR, Bozo 432. And in DMO7 with me here. And K6KLY. One last one up to you, Russ, and you may want to get away or you may want to stick around in here. I'm sure you're going to hear the Bay Area stations. K6KLY, I'm glad you had fun in the contest, and hopefully it'll even be better in June. Over.
Yeah, Roger, Mike. Well, June's always the best one. Yeah, I'll stick around for a while if you got anybody else wants to try and work me up here. K6KLY.
All righty. Let's see, Tom, I wonder if you're in here, KW6 Sugar, K6MYC.
K6NYC, KW6S, yeah, I'm here, and I'm picking you up on a different heading tonight, so I don't know how well we're going to do.
I've got you on a different heading, too. I'm down into the 260 range, but all of a sudden you came way up, so the band is shifted to the low side tonight. KW6S 610 K6MYC. And there may be others. I know we got Bill and Mike down here with big signals, and maybe John can work you as well. So let's pass it around, and you see who you can pick up there, Tom. KW6S, go just a little south of me and see who else you can get. K6MYC.
Yeah, I'm almost down to where I usually find AA6S, but not quite. But usually he's pretty strong in here. But I don't know who else is hearing me there.
How about you, Bill? Are you copying, Tom? He may have drifted down to go get Ralph. How about you, Mike? Did you go off frequency also? They went down 10. They're working Ralph down there, so that's why they're not here. But anyway, no worries. Good signal down this way. Is there anybody else? How about you, Tom, Rob? Are you copying Tom?
No, I heard just a bit of voice from Russ, KLY, but haven't got Tom.
Okay, very good. Anyway, thanks for all your efforts in the contest, Tom. Good signal over here, booming now that I got the antenna on you. We do have Fred in Cupertino waiting on frequency, so we won't keep it here. We'll keep it short tonight. Everybody's kind of got their hands together and in happy mood, soda mode here after the last 2 days. We've been kind of tied to the TV, watching all the goings on and enjoying every minute of it. There was only 1 minute that we didn't enjoy, and that was the diatribe from the from the bishop at the prayer thing when Trump and Melania went to church with everybody else, and then the bishop got on with a political statement which was really uncalled for at that point in time. She's welcome to make those things, but not at that kind of a get-together anyway. Otherwise, everything was very, very nice and happy, and everybody was quite pleased with the results, so to speak. Now, not everybody's pleased with the results, but certainly everybody taking part. And Carrie, what the hell was her name? Carrie, the singer. She did a wonderful job singing Acapulco at the inauguration when the music failed on her. She sang the national anthem by without any orchestration. She did a great job. That was very inspiring. All right. Tom, back up to you, and then we'll go on up and grab Fred there. KW6 Sugar, K6MYC.
Very good, Mike. Yeah, I'll let you go, but I do have to ask, what's the story with the cows tonight?
The owner finally got in touch with me. He was out of town. He and his wife are both doctors. They're physicians. They're both medical doctors of a sort. The man himself is a doctor of dementia and other medical ailments in the mind or the brain, and he does other things as well, but that's his forte. And the wife is a woman, a PhD psychiatrist as well. And they've got a young baby, but they were out of town on a skiing trip, and they just got back. So the cows are gone. They came and got them, and then later they drove over with a couple of their helpers, and we showed them around a little, just very briefly. They wanted to look at our solar system. He's thinking about, he's got some solar started at his place, but very mediocre. So he's maybe going to talk to Frank about helping him get his station up and running there. So they're back, and cows are gone, and we're all in good shape. Frank is in the process of taking my big, old, tired solar array apart, and that'll be done tomorrow, and then we'll start adding the new panels, which are here and waiting. So there's about 1 day of situations here where I'm not going to be working. Well, I've got the batteries. We're sort of on the grid and off the grid. We're charging, but I don't have a full complement of batteries charging the solar batteries here tonight and probably tomorrow until it gets full going again. So that's the story. Tom, back to you, and then we'll get Fred and the others up in the Bay Area. KW6S, K6MYC.
Very good, Mike. Yeah, I just wanted to check on the cows. Catch you tomorrow night, K6MYC, KW6S.
Thanks, Tom. Good enough, and we'll see you tomorrow on 2 meters here, big signal. I didn't hear anybody else jump in saying hello, Tom, so we'll assume that they're going to let you go back to your whatever you were doing. All right, Fred, I'm going to move the antenna. Give me a little chatter, Fred, so I can get peaked on you there. KD6SOK, K6MYC. Hey, KD6SOK, go ahead, Fred.
I don't hear him anymore, Mike.
I don't hear him either, so you give me some chatter, Jim, and I'll peak on you, over.
Oh, there you go. Go ahead, Fred. Oh, thank you, Jim. Yeah, how are you, Mike?
Yeah, he was too quick for me. I couldn't peek on him. Go ahead again, Fred, or whoever that was.
No, that was me, Mike. Sorry about that. Yeah, the second time you called me, I was on the microphone feed. And anyway, it was a beautiful day during the sun, but it started to really cool off now. Anyway, we just enough to beat on you, and you sound pretty good.
Okay, a little bit muffled, maybe you're off frequency a little bit. I was having a little trouble copying you, Fred. You're a little garbled, but it might be because of multipath and the fact that you're off frequency. You're really low pitched. You're over.
Okay, I moved up the frequency a little bit. Is this any better?
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I got to turn the dial to make sure to zero in on you. Anyway, you sound pretty good tonight. That's good signal, excellent, and it's getting pretty chilly outside again tonight.
Yeah, well, it hasn't changed much here. It's about 60 in the daytime, maybe a little bit more. It's nice in the sun. And then it's getting down into the 30s every night. So it's been very consistent. We're very dry. Everything is dry as a bone here. I'm walking around on the grass and it's crunching. Where I haven't watered, I'm going to have to turn on all the watering systems again and get water on the ground. I haven't had any rain for over a month now, so things are really drying up, even though it's cool. It's not being burned to death in the daytime, but evaporation takes its tolls here. Thank you, Fred. Good to hear you. Let me turn it up to Jim, W6PQL for one. And Jim, give me a little minute, just 15 seconds, and I'll tune on you. Go ahead.
See if you can get PQL to head towards my stand. I can hear him.
Really to talk about, except I was watching all of the pretty interesting. That I kind of agreed with, and a couple of parts I didn't. I thought maybe the president went too far, but that's why we have three branches of government. They rein each other in pretty much. So we'll see. Certainly handling the press better than he did in his first term. Anyway. There you go. I think that should be enough for you. K6MYC, W6PQL.
Well, it's impossible to tune on you because you're just sitting in one spot and you're going up and down 10 dB. Every other word or so is up and down 10 dB. So I did the best I could to peak on you, but it's not going to be very good because it's going up and down like a rocket ship here. But, yeah, okay on your comments. Well, we enjoyed it all, and, yeah, well, who knows? He just says it like it is, and he tells you what he's going to do or what he's going to try to do. And you can not agree with everything, but I'm sure that some of the stuff you're hearing is the right thing for the country. Anyway, let's see who else is in here. We haven't heard. I missed him. I guess he was in here either during the contest or on Sunday. No, he was in here Monday, maybe for a minute on 222, and I missed him. About WA6AXX. Ed, are you here?
Got 775 in there, Mike.
Break.
Okay, I got two people. I got 775. We got you, Mike. Hang on a second. Who said break?
Yeah, Mike, WA6AJ. Check Ralph in. Bill and I worked him.
Yeah, thanks very much. And we had Tom in here, but you guys had already turned, so you didn't get a chance to work Tom. I think Bill wants to see if he can hear PQL. So, Jim, W6PQL, give a couple of calls out for Alpha 6 Sugar and see if you guys can make it tonight in Visalia there. Over. difficult copy, Jim. You're probably going to have trouble with me. I lost you completely. AA6S called you. Did you get Alpha 6 hear you? I don't think Jim's hearing me at all, guys. We've lost the propagation there. Let me get 775 written in here. 775 is in. Let's see if I can hear Mike. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, KB6WFC. Make a transmission if you're copying me, Mike, and I'll find you. K6MYC. Over.
VBG 971.
About Q4, Mike, KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, you're stronger than Jim is at the moment. The band is really strange here, but Jim may have his antenna off in other directions. And just to confirm, Mike, I heard your copy about Ralph working Ralph down there. We got number 3 logged in. Thank you. All right, down to you, Mike. Back to you, and you can turn it to Jim, if you will. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. Sorry we missed you in the contest. I never heard you. K6MYC. Over. Boy, it's up and down. You just came up at the end there. Really tough copy. 7-3, Mike. 7-3. Thanks for being there. Hopefully it'll be better next week. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow on 2 meters. KB6WFC, K6MYC, standing by for anybody else in the Bay Area. 1296 Bay Area Bozo Net. Over.
206, Victor Bravo, 971.
That's your 971, Dave. Thank you. 971 is checked in. Hang on just a second. Let's see if there's anybody else in the Bay Area. Then we'll pick you up, Dave. Anybody in the Bay Area copying me? K6MYC, Delta Mike 07.
KC6 900.
Okay. Give me a little chatter, Oliver. I should be able to get a little bit more signal on you there. Go ahead, Oliver.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. Q5, copy with some flutter and fading, but no trouble copying. Went for a nice hike today, close to low 60s and no wind, so done with the hiking for the week. K6MYC, KB6PA, over.
Very, very good. No, I got good copy on you. You and I got a pretty good path here. When I point at you, you're the most consistent, probably out of the Bay Area with the least amount of fading and fluttering. So you and I have a good path. Maybe it's just the distance back from the hills. I know you're more up into the Sunnyvale area, back from the hills. Anyway, good signal. I'm glad you enjoyed the weekend. I don't think we worked you in the contest. I guess you weren't on very much. But we had about 60 or 70 contacts, I think, and I worked about 5 to 10 grids on each band. So it wasn't bad. We had generally a pretty even performance from one band to the next, from 6 meters through 1296. So overall, it was quite good and quite enjoyable. I was only on a total of about 4 hours. 2.5 hours on Saturday night, and then about another hour at the end of the contest. That was it for me. I just didn't have enough time to get in there the rest of the Sunday and Saturday. Back to you, Oliver, and then we'll pick up everybody else. K6MYC. Go ahead, Oliver.
Yeah, it looks like you had a pretty productive outing. My participation was just hiking up San Bruno Mountain, about 600 feet, and I took a new 10 gigahertz portable radio with me and talked to a couple other hams in the Bay Area just to explore a mountain park just south of San Francisco that I had not seen in about 20 years. Over.
Yeah, very good. quite a few of the guys down here now, at least 2 or 3, have bought the 705s. I think that's the model number, the small icon that goes to 10 gigahertz. So you'll be able to work them, but you got to put some antennas up to do it. And maybe in the June contest, everybody will have dishes and things like that going, so you can make some longer distance contacts on those bands, Oliver. But yeah, try to upgrade your system and get it up someplace for the June contest, and I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun on those upper frequencies there. KB6BA for a final, K6MYC.
Yeah, I'm planning on a rooftop installation with a rotator. It'll be basically for Bay Area contacts, but a lot of people do rain scatter when there's thunderheads, maybe in the San Joaquin Valley. So I'm willing to give that a try. It'll take me later this year to get that up, but we'll see what happens. So back to you and K6MYC, KB6BA.
Okay, very good, Oliver. Thank you. And yeah, Oliver's got one of the new 10 gigahertz rigs here, and he's going to be on in the summer from his house and a rooftop installation, so maybe he can get a signal down into the San Joaquin here. Okay, I'm missing somebody. I checked somebody in and I forgot who it was. Who did I miss here? K6MYC, go ahead.
WB6JNN.
WB6JNN. Good evening, Jim. Good to hear you. And I'm sorry I didn't get more contact with you in the contest, but the conditions were not really good between you and I for some reason. WB6JNN, go ahead. K6MYC.
Well, I wasn't really in the contest. I just gave some stuff out during the evening there. But I worked several people on several different bands, so it worked out okay. And I also heard AAJ at 10 over 9 here for a while there earlier. So apparently whatever he's done there is improved. But pass that along if he's not hearing me. 6MYC, WB6JNN.
Okay, fine, Jim. WB6JNN with WA6AAJ, Mike, if you're listening. WA6AAJ, wherever you had the antenna pointed when you called me the last time, you were heard at 10 over 9 in the Bay Area. It might have been an airplane, but if you want, you could give Jim a call, WB6JNN, and see if he's hearing you as well, and you can hear him. I think Jim's running 35 or 40 watts here on 1296 here. WA6AAJ, K6MYC. It looks like he's going away. They usually check in with me, and then they work the LA stations, and then they kind of drift off. Sometimes they stick around for Nevada, but lately we haven't had any Nevada stations that can work 1296. Everybody's down. So I think that's taking the edge off of the 1296 high-power stations here. Hi. Sorry about that, Jim. Anyway, good to hear you, and we'll look for a much bigger, easier copy signal tomorrow. You're Q5, but I really have to pay attention. 7-3, and thanks for your whatever effort you did give in the contest and the contacts that we did make. WB6JNN for your final, K6MYC.
Okay, very good, Mike. Well, just during that transmission, we've been all over most of the time. And back when you were talking to Tom, you were at 7 to 8, something like that. So it's all over the map tonight. Please read WB6JNN.
Yeah, it is all over the map. And I missed a little bit of that. Not your fault. I pushed the wrong button, and I went more north instead of a little bit south, and then I came back, but I missed a tiny bit of it, but I got the gist of it. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, and you're Q5 now. 73. Yeah, the band is just up and down and all over the place there. WB6JNN, K6MYC, QRZ. I'm still looking for a long-term contact with the WA6AAJ, AXX, I should say, WA6AXX, and others, K6MYC, Bozo Net. Okay, not hearing anybody. Is there anybody else left in the Bay Area that I missed here? K6MYC.
KC5DTU.
Go ahead, Kerry.
I was just going to tell you real quick, we lost an agent up in Swanton, Vermont, and I don't know if you heard about it.
Come up on my frequency. You've drifted a little bit there, and you're very low, and it's hard to copy. We lost something, but I missed what it was. I'll give you some chatter so you can tune me in. KC5DTU, K6MYC. Who'd we lose?
One of our agents, Border Patrol agent up in Vermont, was killed, and the guy that killed him was a German national here on a tourist visa with an American citizen with him.
Yeah, but they both got, one of them got killed. I think they killed the guy that shot the police, the Border Patrol guy in Vermont there. That was a real terrible incident. I don't know what was wrong with that guy. A German agent or a German citizen with an American in the car with him. They must be wacko. But I guess they injured the other guy. They got them both, but they killed one Border Patrol guy and shot another. So it was about a 2 for 2, but not a good deal at all. Real shame. I'm sorry to hear it. Carry over.
Yeah, roger that. Well, I'm hearing more and more that's coming out. Apparently they were in the area trying to buy some property, and they called the bomb squad in there, so there's a little bit more to it.
Well, I understand they were smuggling drugs or something, or they had been. This guy was identified, from what we gathered, they had identified him, and the Border Patrol guy that stopped him had seen him before and was kind of keeping an eye out for him as a possible drug trafficker. Over.
Yeah, roger. Well, my antenna went up when I heard that they called the bomb squad in, so I think there might be a little bit more to it than that's hitting the news right now.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't doubt it. Okay on the bomb squad being called in. Well, we'll keep an eye on that one. It's still an emerging story to a great degree with very little out on it. But they did mention a little bit about it today. I heard it early this morning when it happened, just overnight, I guess. I heard it early in the morning, and then we got more details as the day passed. Thanks for that, Kerry. Sorry to hear about that, but boy, oh boy. It's going to be weird for a while, I think. Over.
Yeah, roger that. Okay, well, you're up to date, so we'll talk to you later and keep you informed.
Thank you, Kerry. Okay, anybody else in the Bay Area, QRZ Bay Area, before we go further for the 1296 Bozo Net? Over. Nothing heard. I'm going to go up to see if we can get Oakley here.
Don't forget Dave, K6VBG.
K6VBG, while I'm swinging, why don't you take one, Dave? K6MYC. K6VBG, maybe he didn't stay in the cold shack there. Well, he called me right in the middle of the Bay Area and everybody here, so it wasn't a good time. Good timing. Poor timing for Dave, unfortunately. I can't get to everybody and have decent QSOs. But he checks in whenever he gets there, which is okay. You have to do that, but I guess that's why I couldn't get him in right away, Rob. Over.
Okay, roger.
Let's see. I'm pointed toward N6 Radio Oscar, N6RO. Are you hearing me at all tonight, Ken? K6MYC.
Oh, yes, I am. K6MYC, N6RO, Bozo 835. How copy?
Okay, got your 835 and your Q5. You're not bodacious, but I must have hit the heading pretty close. Some of my headings are screwed up tonight. The paths from some of the guys are not where they should be, but you're right on the middle, so I guess we're okay. Anyway, I don't think there's too much new, but you could give me an update on anything that happened with you. We had nice boneless hamburger tonight for dinner at the recommendation of my doctor. He tells me I'm diabetic, but got to quit eating all those carbos. But I'm not eating a lot of carbos or a lot of sugar, so we're baffled. I'm sometimes wondering if those blood tests are accurate, and maybe something in my supplements are not kicking it up further than it should be. But anyway, he was quite concerned, but I went through my whole diet, and he only had a couple of things. Just stay away from bready things. So who knows? Okay, N6RO, K6MYC.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm pre-diabetic, but I don't worry about it because I eat well, except for anything that's got gluten in it. The only significant thing today was we had the lowest temperature of the year this morning, 26 degrees. Got up to about 58 in the afternoon. Anyway, more chat. One being 6 hours.
I missed the low temperature. You've got a QSB that's about a 10 dB QSB, and I heard something 6 degrees. Was it 26 or 36?
26, over.
Boy, that is cold. Okay, yeah, and 58 on the high. We were higher. I don't think we got below mid-30s in the morning. It didn't seem that cold when I went out, so I would say mid to high 30s in the morning, and then this afternoon probably got up to about 60, maybe 61, 62. It wasn't spectacular, and the sun was a little bit hazy with a lot of moisture in the air. We had that kind of glossy haze in the air. The sun came through, and we did okay, but it was just not clean and crisp like it can be. Alrighty, let you go, and we'll see you tomorrow night with bigger signals, Ken. N6 Radio Oscar Oakley, K6MYC.
Yeah, Roger, right. I'm still missing my 16 dB amplifier.
I didn't get about the amp. Try it again. You are up now.
Yeah, I need to call KF6I and see if he's still dawdling on fixing my amplifier. I missed the 16 dB.
Yeah, you need that. You need the 16 dB, that's for sure. Yeah, well, good luck, and if you want to have him do it, he could ship it either to my plant. He could ship it right to the M-squared plant, because Ken goes in quite frequently, and he could pick it up there rather than try to look up Ken's address and stuff. So if he wants, he could ship it to 4402 North Selland in Fresno. I forgot what the zip code is, but anyway, the M-squared address, and just attention Ken Holden, and it'll be held for him. Over.
Yeah.
Is that 932-722?
That is a backup, and I'm going to threaten John with doing that. If he can't fix it in the next 3 weeks, I'm going to ask him to ship it over to Ken. Thanks a lot. See you tomorrow night. N6RO. Going to have halibut tonight.
Go have some halibut. Hang on a second. Don't run away. What'd you say, Rob?
I was just trying to give you the zip code for your plant. I think it's 93722.
Yeah, the zip code is 93722, but I think I'm sure his guy knows what M-squared address is. If not, he can look it up online in about 35 milliseconds. Over. 93722, I think, is the zip on it. Fresno, California. 4402 North Selland, Selland Avenue. Alrighty. Have a treat, Ken. See you later. Thanks, Rob. And up to Sacramento, more or less. Towards Sacramento and Meadow Vista. KR6MR. John, do you hear me at all? KR6MR, K6MYC. KR6MR, K6MYC. KR6MR, I'm inching the antenna along to see if I can find you. KR6MR, K6MYC. KR6MR, KR6MR, anybody else, Bozo Net 1296, beaming toward the Sacramento area. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, Delta Mike 07. Bozo Net 1296, K6MYC, over. KR6MR, KR6MR, Kilo Romeo 6 Mexico Romeo. John, are you in there? KR6MR, KR6MR. Or K6 Whiskey India Sugar. Paul doesn't seem to be here at all tonight. I haven't worked him on either path. KR6MR or K6 Whiskey India Sugar, K6MYC, calling and listening. Okay, nothing heard. I don't think there's any point in going up north because I don't think. Well, maybe we should go up there. I did work Daniel, KE7UQL. I think I did work him on 1296. Whether it's still in the air is another question. So I'm going to go up to Nevada, and then we'll try one more time for KR6MR here. Going to Nevada, Nevada. Okay. KE7UQL, KE7UQL, K6MYC, calling and listening. KE7UQL, I thought I might have heard a trace. KE7UQL, KE7 Uniform, Quebec, London, K6MYC, over. KE7UQL, Kilo Echo 7 Uniform, Quebec, London, KE7UQL, K6MYC. Also try N7 Whiskey Tango, but I don't think he's going to be there. N7WT or KE7UQL. KE7 Uniform, Quebec, London, or N7 Whiskey Tango, Nevada, Nevada, K6MYC, calling and listening. Doesn't look very promising, Rob, over.
I'll have to take your word for it because I can't hear anybody, over.
Yeah, no, I understand. There's some reason that everybody's off frequency. Everybody seemed to be low pitched tonight. You guys are off frequency. Maybe you want to hear my voice more high pitched or something here. Is that it?
No, when I go up further, you sound really like Donald Duck.
Do you get the RIT on, Rob? Check your RIT, K6USY.
Yeah, you're perfect, Aaron.
Why, thank you.
You knew that anyway, though, didn't you?
Well, that's what my wife tells me.
Oh, no, she don't. That's what she's not telling me that. Okay. Try that, Rob.
Well, Aaron didn't talk enough after I got him loud enough on my antenna direction.
Oh, you got a weird, still talking real low and funny like this. Can't you tune us in?
Well, I heard you after you said I was off frequency, but then you stopped talking. Before you, over.
No, we didn't. We went back and forth with Aaron 3 or 4 times, and he's right on the frequency. Aaron, give Rob some audio.
Audio. Get your 9700 hooked up and get it frequency locked.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. He's on that other radio, isn't he? That's why he drifts down like that.
Well, I'm having to tune up to hear you guys, so that's about as good as I can do. It's when you go one way, it sounds really bad. The other way, it sounds kind of bad the other way. So I kind of have to, do it close as I can get.
Well, you got the RIT on or something there.
Nope, no RIT.
Okay, well you're still low, but you're closer anyway. It's easier copy now. I can copy you under any circumstances if you talk real slow.
Well, when it's radio like this, it's really hard to separate the syllables.
Okay, I tuned you up to where you sound really low. And do I sound better now?
Yeah, you're a little high pitched now, so halfway in between that, and you'll be fine.
There's the next pitch direction I can go, and there's no halfway.
Perfect. Yeah, now you're right on frequency. What do you think, Aaron?
Sorry, I walked away.
I said he sounds good now. Give Aaron a call, Rob.
He doesn't think much about it, Mike. He's good at it, too.
He might be a little high, but he's better than he was.
Yeah, okay. No worries. Close enough now, Rob. I think we're about done. Let me take one more standby for Daniel. KE7UQL or N7WT, Nevada, K6MYC, calling and listening.
So you guys are telling me we went through all that and you're going to cast me off here at the end?
Yeah. I'm going to come back to you right now because Daniel's not there. Let's go back and see if I can hear anything in Sacramento from KR6MR. Let me go back here a little bit. 3. Should be somewhere around in here.
Oh, Mike, we had a message in the chat. Looks like KR6MR was not going to be able to make the net, but he was in the chat room.
Okay, very good. So I won't check him in then, but thanks for that, and we won't waste any more time there. I think that makes us done for the evening. We got almost everybody out of the Bay Area, I think, except for Ed. WA6AXX, who's going to be missing until Trump's out of office, I think.
Yeah, I wonder if he didn't want to talk to you yesterday. Or, I mean, on, yeah, well, whatever. I guess that was yesterday.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna write him. You know, it's. I can't help him any. He's got to figure it out for himself. That's all.
Well, you win some and you lose some, so you know that's the way politics go. It's our turn to have some fun.
That's it. I'm sorry, but I had to live with Biden for 4 years.
Yeah, me too, Mike. I was just going to say that. We had to live through lousy, disgusting Biden for 4 damn years.
Yeah, right.
And Obama and Clinton.
Oh yeah, I mean, of the least of the worst of the best of the worst was Clinton. He at least did some things with some common sense. He may not have liked all his decisions, but he had a brain.
Well, and he also had a mixed Congress at the time, so he was kind of forced to, you know, not be completely wacko.
Gingrich had him by the short hair, didn't he?
I was vaguely paying attention during those years. You know, that's when I was in high school and junior high.
Yeah, well, Gingrich promised the nation that he would balance the budget and do all the things, and he was the head of Congress. He was in Mike Johnson's role. He likes Mike Johnson a lot, by the way. Gingrich is still around. He's interviewed 2 or 3 times a week on Fox, and he's still very, very sharp. And he's written a couple of books. So he was very respected, and he did an amazing job in the Congress with Clinton as the president.
Yeah, the name is familiar, but yep, very good. So, yeah, we'll see if we hear from our token liberal at some point.
All right, well, listen, we'll get out of here. We'll see you guys tomorrow night on 2 meters, and I'll be from this shack again. Tomorrow night I'll probably have Judy out here helping me with the bigger volume, but we did pretty good tonight. I got, I don't know, I must have close to 20. What do you got, Rob?
I'm counting right now. Did we get Jim PQL?
Yeah, PQL was in. He was really flaky, but he was in. Now, I should turn back to the Bay Area because I think he probably was going to go down. No, I don't think Steve has 1296, so I don't think they do it. But I'll go back to the Bay Area just in case.
Okay, yeah, maybe Ed will be in there. I've got 18.
Say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Tell me your favorite color.
My favorite color.
Is that one of your child's?
Oh, say it again.
Is that one of your children?
Oh, you doubled with her, Mike. Okay, say it.
My favorite color is white.
My ears are too old for the young voices. What'd she say?
Oh, said her favorite color is white. Every time I ask her that question, she picks a different color.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that your favorite color is white. The nice thing about white, you can also color over it with any other color, so you can change it real easy. Over.
She's practicing to be a liberal, changing her mind a whole bunch, eh?
Yeah, it would be better if all the Democrats were white, because then we could change their minds and change their color, couldn't we?
Oh, yeah. Well, okay, the 4-year-old has left the room, but any opportunity I can, I get him on the microphone.
Yeah, well, good. I'm glad you got her in front of the mic there. I'm in the Bay Area, and Jim, W6PQL, are you still there?
KT2G.
KT2G, I don't believe it, Mark. I've forgotten your Bozo number, but good to hear you. Where have you been, in Italy?
Yeah, I was in Italy, and Italy Sugar Zero also for the Christmas. And and then I spent a week in Las Vegas for the Consumer Electronics Show. Over.
Yeah, very good. Well, great to hear you, man. Unfortunately, you missed the last weekend. Last weekend was the ARRL January VHF UHF contest, and we had quite a bit of fun, but we sure could have used your 1296 signal in here to get us a few more QSOs and so on. But anyway, great to hear you. Welcome back. And give me your Bozo number, because I just can't remember it anymore. Over.
Yes, it's 863. 863. Good to hear you too, Mike.
Now, I know your mother passed away, and your dad came over and visited you for a while. How's your dad doing?
It was good to be with him for Christmas, right? It's the first Christmas. And I brought him down to Sardinia, to Italy Sugar Zero, so that I was with my in-laws. So at least we were all together. He wasn't alone for Christmas.
Well, that's wonderful. Yeah, you were finally. I wish I could have worked you in Sardinia, but honestly, I haven't been that active on the HF signals on HF frequencies, 10 meters or otherwise. I just haven't had the time or whatever to get on. I guess it's just mostly me. I got one little problem on 40 meters, but otherwise all the other antennas work fine, and I could have gotten on. I just never think of it. 10 meters doesn't hold much of a thrill for me anymore. Well, I guess most of the bands don't. Although I should. We got good sun activities, and everybody's having lots of fun on those bands, but I'm just kind of burnt out, I guess. And I've been busy with other things, and so I just haven't fussed with it. Anyway, great to hear you, Mark, and I don't know who else is hearing you, but your 10 watts is still doing a good job over here. KT2G, K6MYC, Bozo Net.
Yeah, no, thanks. I only set up a POTA antenna when I was in Italy Sugar Zero. I worked a few countries close by. I was on 20 meters. I didn't have much of an antenna. However, this summer, again, maybe we can try another sketch like we tried last summer. I could hear you fine, it's just you couldn't hear me. I probably need to bring a linear amp or something, or just have a better antenna over there. Over.
Yeah, probably the antenna is the key. I think you had a marginal antenna off the balcony or something when you were there last time. But yeah, if you go in the summer and you just give me a call, you give me a phone call on my cell, I could almost be on the air almost under any circumstances within 5 minutes. The radio is always on. I can tune to whatever frequency you need to, limited only by my eyesight. And I can bring the antennas around. The big 5-element at 100 feet is going to play as good as anything on the coast here. So I'm sure we'd hear you if we have even remotely decent propagation. We can also do it on 10, but I like 20 meters better. And I think we got a better chance on 20. You're around the clock, if you will. Much for that, Mark. Let's see. Does anybody else want to say hello to Mark? I'm not sure who else may be hearing you over here in the Bay Area. Some of the guys have already gone QRT here. Mark, stand by a sec. Anybody for Mark? Okay, I guess I'm the only one that's currently hearing you there, Mark. Anyway, great to hear you. And hopefully we'll continue. We'll look for you perhaps on 2 meters tomorrow night if you can squeeze in. KT2G in, was it not Los Altos Hills? What's your actual QTH again? K6MYC.
I'm just on the border between Los Altos and Mountain View. Yeah, you can make it Los Altos.
Yeah, okay. Well, I thought it was Los Altos, but I wasn't sure. All right, very good. Again, great to hear you, and always a steady signal for me. You and I got a path here that won't quit. And, of course, I'm running 600 watts, probably getting 300 to the tower, to the antenna, so you're probably hearing me a little stronger than I'm hearing your 10 watts. Hi. But great signal. It's amazing what you can do with even a small antenna. I think you've got the little 13 element there, but it sure works. Good evening and Happy New Year to you. I don't think we've talked to you since the first of the year, Mark. Happy New Year to you, and I'm glad that your dad is doing fine, and that's good to hear. KT2G, K6MYC.
Yeah, no, good to hear you too, Mike. I'm not sure it's a 13 element. It's probably a 9 element. But anyway, Happy New Year to you, Mike. Take care.
Isn't that the one I sent over to you?
Yes, yeah, but I forgot the number of element count.
Why would you do that? It was only about 3 feet long. It was 13 elements, was the back half of a 23 CM22 element. So maybe you left off the front of it. Maybe I sent the whole antenna and you only put up the back 13, over?
No, I mean, I put up exactly what you sent me. It's just that I forgot how many elements there are. So if you say it's 13, it's 13.
Yeah, it's 13. I know what it is, and there's a couple of other people using them. Aaron down here in South San Jose, South Fresno has one, and Aaron does a pounding job with his. And so he's got one, and there's 2 or 3 others that I gave away to other people around the area to get their 9700s on the air, Mark. So it's amazing what it does over this way. And you could always add the front half of it if you want. Just we could send over the front half, talk to the guys at the plant. I think they could probably make you a deal on the front half of that thing. Hi. May have to rematch it slightly, but that would be it. But that would give you another couple of dB. Anyway, 7-3, and welcome back, and we'll look for you subsequently here. KT2G, K6MYC.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I can look into that. Be happy to. Okay, thank you, Mike. Have a good evening. 73, K6NYC, KT2G.
Okay, very good, Mark. Anybody else for the Bay Area before we close the 1296 net here? K6MYC, Bozo Net, standing by. Okay, hearing nobody. That's it. KT2G, Rob, would be the last one. That makes a total of how many?
I think 19, same as what we got last time.
Okay, I'll write 19 down there and let Judy count it and confirm, but I think we got everybody. Okay, very good. Good night, all. See you tomorrow night. And looks like we're not expecting any rain until about Saturday, so it still looks like the weather's going to be fine for a while. 7-3. Rob, you take it. Turn it down to Aaron for the final. Aaron, 73s, and to your daughter as well, 88s. KM6SRR, K6MYC, clear. Bye-bye.
Okay, Mike, did Judy happen to look at last night's two nets and decide if we had the right number there? My computer last night, I think, had a virus, and I had fun fooling with it this morning, but I think I got it cleared. Over.
Okay, well, I think she did it. I think she did the second to a net, but I can't be sure. She's been fuddling with a little bit more paperwork than normal here. So I'm pretty sure she did it. But and I gave her the number that you said you had, and she didn't say anything to me, but she may not have done the log at that point. I think she was going to do it this morning. She did not have it done last night. She was going to do it this morning, and whether that got done or not, I don't know. We still had a little fiasco today in the early part of the day with the cows, but the cows are gone now. Owner came and got them, so we're done with that. But I was the morning just seemed to be full of phone calls, and I was working with Frank a little bit with the solar panels, et cetera, et cetera. But I got two work-related phone calls, one right after the other, and then a doctor call in the middle of all that. So it was a fuddled-up morning for me. Over.
Yeah, that's a coincidence. I got a couple calls from work too today, and they're asking me some questions that nobody else knew. So that was interesting. Yeah, I had 16 on the 222 net and 17 on the 6-meter net, and I haven't sent them in yet, so I was waiting to hear from you guys. Over.
That's pretty pathetic. We're doing better on 1296 here than we are on 6 meters. That's pathetic. We used to get 30 to 40 on 6, but the people have really dropped off on 6, partly because of the season and other parts. Because everybody's discouraged with FT8. I think we're over on FT8, and they never go over on sideband anymore. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, we can keep doing it as long as people want to do 6 meters. It was something that was an add-on anyway. But it doesn't bother me. I'm in the same shack and just have to pick up a different microphone, so it's not difficult. Good night, Rob, and I'll give Judy the numbers 16 and 17, and we'll see what happens. And what'd you say, 19 today on this band, so we're good. Go ahead and then pick up Aaron. Aaron 7-3 again. Good night.
Yeah, I was going to speak, Mike, but you paused, and then all of a sudden you talked again real quick. I didn't get in here in the very, very beginning, so I'm wondering if I might have missed some people there. The first one I had was I put down Aaron and Brittany, and then 727 and 711.
Yeah, well, I got 800, 1079 and 1100, and then Bill. 800, and then 727, and John was in 711, and let's see who else. I'm going to see if I can read any numbers here.
Yeah, after John was Rusk 111, and then Fred, and then Tom. So I guess I got them all.
Yeah, it sounds like you got them all.
Okay, 73, Mike. Judy's not with you, so I'll just say 73 to you. K6MYC, KM6SR.
Okay.
Aaron.
Good night, Rob.
All righty, good night, guys. We'll catch you on 2 meters tomorrow. I'm going to get back to my little project that I'm working on. K6USY.
Did you tell Mike what it is, Aaron?
No, but yeah, Mike, Marcus bought one of those 905 radios that one of the guys up in the Bay Area was talking about, and I get to put it together.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. It can't be too complicated to put together. It comes pretty much together, but I guess you could choose what microwave bands are due. I don't know what there is to put together, but did he buy that for you or for the club or for himself?
He bought it for the club, but of course I probably get to hold on to it. Well, so it comes with, the brackets to hold it on a mast, and Marcus also ordered a couple of the collinear antennas, and so I had to put the mounts together, and just a bunch of little things, and then I need to update the firmware on the radio, and then I still got to program the thing. But it's really weird having a 2-meter 440 antenna hooked up to it right now, and I'm only using 3 feet of coax. It's very bizarre.
What's bizarre about that?
Well, because the RF unit is fed with Cat 5.
The RF unit is what?
So the RF unit is detached from the control screen, and you only run a piece of Cat5 up the tower or up the mast. So all your coax runs are as short as you can make them.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's a good idea, I guess. I've forgotten about that. I remember that now. Okay. Well, it's a good idea. It would be nice if they could do that with 100 watts and use parallel runs of Cat5 or something. Over.
Yeah, and that's the one downside is that it's 10 watts, 10 watts, 10 watts, and then 2, and then half a watt on 10 gig. But six bands, and if you're up on top of a hilltop, that's quite a bit on some of those higher bands. And of course, on I think they included 2 meter and 70 centimeter just because most of the guys are probably going to be running those bands on other rigs that have more power. But for 1.2 gig and up, it's plenty of power to get started.
Oh yeah, well it's nice to have the 2 meters and 432 just for coordination purposes, if nothing else. Over.
Right, and guys are using those 2 bands to run transverters for say 220.
Yeah, exactly. All right, no, it's a good little radio. It's just way too expensive, but I guess I know why it is. Over.
Yeah, well, there's a couple reasons. It comes with a ton of high-quality hardware, and it also has 2 FPGAs. I don't know how much you know about the FPGAs, but it's the programmable processor that they put in these radios. 9700's got one of them. This radio's got 2 because there's one in the control head and there's one in the RF deck. And then of course the 10 gig transverter, that's another $1,000.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's Marcus spent $6,000 on this setup, and it still needs a little bit more to get going.
Yeah, that's why I say they're a little hefty on the pocketbook there, but I guess it's got people interested. At least it'll get some people up on 10 gigs to play with stuff. All right, good enough. I knew it was in the system, and I knew you were going to be putting it together for me. I just didn't know where it would finally end up, but you're probably as good as any to keep it and make sure it plays on all those nasty bands. Over.
Yep, yeah, and you got to avoid everybody's Wi-Fi because that's the problem with the 2.4 and the 5.6 gig band is they're right next to all the Wi-Fi stuff. We share part of those bands, but one of these nights when I get a 1.2 gig antenna for it, I'll have to go set up portable and check into the net. That'd be fun.
Yeah, does it make 10 here?
Yeah, it's 10 watts on 2 meter, 70 centimeter, and 1.2.
Well, that's good. So it's as powerful as what we have here in the 9700 plus, isn't it?
Yeah, correct. And if I had time, I was very tempted to hook it up to the roof and check in with that radio tonight, but I don't have it set up and ready to go. Maybe I'll do that next week, just as a test.
Yeah, for no feed line type thing, huh?
Yeah, because I just have to go stick the RF unit in the closet where my coax comes in and just plug it in.
Yeah, but doesn't it have Cat5 to the top, or is that just for the microwave band?
Well, that's for all of them, but I'm not going to go stick the thing up on the roof for a temp install. So I'll run it off the 40 feet of Elmar 600 just to play with it.
Yeah, okay. Well, that'll be good. I'm sure I won't know the difference. Sound-wise, it'll probably sound just exactly like your radio here. But it'd be fun to try it anyway. All right, let you go. I'm going to go in where it's warm, get my feet up against the fire again. I got the heater on here, but this floor heater doesn't only heat one leg. The other leg stays cold for some reason. I can't get the heater to heat both legs at the same time here. Good night, all. K6MYC going that away.
All righty, good night, Mike. We'll catch you later. K6USY DMO6.